Hello, my name is Eva. I'm the Public Services Librarian here at Utah Tech Library. I just wanted to give some training today, orienting to the website as well as the library's mission. So let me go ahead and share my screen. Okay, so here we are at library.utah.tech.edu. As you see on the screen, we have the title. We have a spot right here to head over to the directory, a sitemap, giving, and my UT. This right here is a discovery layer. So we have this for another year or so, and it will search through all the databases if you click through here, and it will also look through our catalog. But you can also look through the catalog at books.utah.tech.edu, and you can click power search here as the advanced search and really get into the nitty gritty. But for now, let's go back to the website. We have the discovery layer here. We have books and more here with the online catalog link, a collection, an ebook collections link. Interlibrary loan opens up here. The WorldCat Discovery site is here. The repository, we have the FDLP government publications, the Doc Utah collection, and Doc Utah is a documentary film festival that is done locally. And let me see if I can click through here. This is going into books.utah.tech.edu or the catalog search, and it has all of those Doc Utah titles that we own that people can borrow and view. So it is very helpful for community members. We also have Trailblazer Reads right here. Trailblazer Reads is one of the only big programs that the library contributes to, and in public services right now, I'm in charge of Trailblazer Reads. If you go to this LibGuide there that was linked, you will be able to see all of the books that are a part of the program. So the program is a curated list of things that faculty, staff, and students recommend that they enjoyed. They give us reasons why they enjoyed it, and then we have a small budget annually where we spend money on those items. If you read the description here more about Trailblazer Reads, it would be great if you yourself had a book to suggest on why we should add it to Trailblazer Reads. Then what we do is that the students are eligible then to read and check out those books, and once they check it back in, they can turn in a slip. Let me grab one. They can turn in a slip that looks like this. And they put their D number, their name, and the book title, and they turn it in at circulation. Then we take a blank one and we put that in the book again and take those to be shelved. But once this Trailblazer Read slip is there, every spring we draw a name, and those students get $70 towards something at the bookstore, whether that's a textbook or some supplies they need for a class. And we also have the dean go out to lunch with them. So right here, you'll see that we have 2024. So it goes chronologically from newest to oldest, and each spot right here is collapsible. So 2023, you can open it up and see all of those. And so if students or staff or faculty end up having questions about Trailblazer Reads, you're more than welcome to tell them to email me, or they can call my office number. And right there is where you'll see who recommended this book. This is why we think you should read this book. And here's a favorite quote if someone provided that for us. If we go back, we can look at the article databases tab right here. This is going to have the alphabetical, general multi-subject, a subject list, a full text periodicals list, and interlibrary loan again. We have research guides here. So we have the citation guide, patent and trademark resource center guide, and we have browse other guides. So if you look it up over here, open it up in a new tab, students, staff, and faculty can open up the LibGuides for various subjects. So here we have John. All of the LibGuides should be updated the best that it can be. And then we have the librarian that they can email that will be the subject liaison over that area, as well as contact information. So that's where the LibGuides are. We have faculty services here, copyright information, we have course reserves here, interlibrary loan, open education resources and support, Title III programs at Utah Tech, library instruction, library liaisons, and ordering materials. We have the courses here so that anyone can go on here and read about the courses we have. Then in the About section is where you will find that mission and planning, newsletters, policies and procedures, Title III programs, subject liaison, staff, and hours. So we'll go through each tab here because they are important. So mission and planning is here. Our mission statement is Utah Tech University Library and Open Learning Services, including the library, special collections and archives, the Writing Center, and the Academic Performance Centers, provide the resources necessary to facilitate research and enhance the curriculum and programs of Utah Tech University Library. Library and Open Learning Services delivers innovative services and opportunities, both of which promote and support learning and intellectual engagement for students, faculty, staff, and community. Our vision statement is Library and Open Learning Services will lead the university in providing open and affordable educational services and materials. The division will evolve to meet the community's dynamic information, research, and learning needs. So here we have also our values, some stakeholder input and feedback. Down here, up until 2022, at least, we have a collection snapshot, which describes how many physical books we have, how many physical serials we have, how many media we have that's physical, how many ebooks we have, and then how many electronic serials we have, as well as how many databases. Here in the planning documents, you'll find our strategic plan, assessment plan, library instruction plan, organizational chart. I highly recommend that you go through and read through the website, especially this mission and planning page. Here on the annual reports, it's also important for all full-time and part-time staff and faculty to be reading and seeing where we have reported annually to the provost here on campus, what we are doing, how we are doing it, how we are accomplishing it. So here is the latest as of last year, and it will go into division goals, and it has charts and things. So it's very important to kind of be in the know on what's going on campus. We'll go ahead and close that. Newsletters is also a really great place to go. We have one class that happens every semester where students write articles for these newsletters. They are updated in here as of December 2023. And if you download it or open up this newsletter, you can then just read different articles that the students have written about different things going on in the library and on campus and how that relates to the library. Here in policies and procedures, we'll have anything internal or external that is welcome to be viewed by the public. I highly recommend as well that you stop at some point in your training period and read through these guidelines. It is especially important if later on you're doing something, for example, like what are some expectations on study rooms? And if you, especially in public services, are going to be dealing with study rooms a lot, it's important to go in and read and get familiar with what the library has established for study room usage. Let me open that back up. But there are different ones that do affect public services that are good to read. Library hours are here. We have a course reserves policy, interlibrary loan, borrowing guidelines. So patrons may on occasion see these things, and we should be able to help clarify and read and understand these policies as well. Title III programs, I'll go ahead and open this up just to give an overview. We have a grant currently that is, I think, $1 million towards OER expansion here at the campus. So if you want to read more about that, that's where all the information for that is. The fifth link down is library liaisons, which is also very important to get familiar with in public services. One of the biggest things I encourage for people in public services is that you should get very familiar and comfortable with referring services to a student, staff, or faculty to where they should really go. So we can't answer every single question at circulation, and we especially cannot give reference help at circulation unless it was coming from a librarian like me. So you can see here, there is a link that explains what librarian roles and responsibilities are, but we also have a breakdown of every single college at this university, as well as the subject areas right here on the left, the librarian that's assigned to that subject area, their extension, and their email. So as you scroll down, you'll see all the librarians' names in here and you'll start to be more familiar with them. If someone comes up to the circulation desk and they say, I need to talk to the digital film liaison because I'm writing a paper and I need to do research, this is where you could go into the library website, go to About, go to Subject Liaisons, and I would highly recommend bookmarking that on your personal computer so that if you get phone calls, if you get something where you have to suggest that student in engineering to talk to John or in digital film to talk to Eva, this is where you will find that information. There are only a couple of subjects at this moment that are TBD or to be decided. So once this, I think, will be decided by the beginning of fall 2024. So don't worry too much about seeing something like this. If you did see that, you could always send an email. You can advise a patron to send an email, or you yourself could send an email to library@utahtech.edu, and it would go to all the librarians. So then the librarians amongst themselves can say, oh, actually, I can help that patron with their question. We also have the staff here, like a staff list. If you see here, we start out with administration at the top, then we have all the librarians and we have all the library staff, and we have learning services as well at the bottom. Then we have all the hours here. These should be updated always. If you notice that they aren't updated, you're more than welcome to let me know. But for now, it has everything that we need for summer break. And then it details the holidays that will be having adjusted hours or be closed. And it also has a little blurb at the bottom about special collections and archives and what their hours are. So here in special collections, you can also click in through there and find out more information about special collections. They're on the third floor. They are an archive of university history as well as local history, and they have oral histories. They have a lot of material in their own vault back there. Those items are not able to be checked out, but people can see them in the reading room there. Let's see what else. And then in learning services, of course, we have the Writing Center, the Academic Performance Center, and supplemental instruction. One last thing about the website is right here on the right, there is an Ask a Librarian button that if you click on it, it opens up a little chat box and you should be able to chat with the librarian that's on shift at that moment and ask them questions. And you as a staff or a faculty, you can use this to ask questions as well. You can also send things to library@utahtech.edu, which is right here. We have the phone number right here that to the library, and then an extension for circulation is 2. And this is our address. We also have the link to schedule a study room here. Hold on a second. Let me close that chat. Okay. So when students access this page, they can click on book a room, and then it will take them to navigate, and through navigate, they should be able to book a study room. So this is going to open up to a different screen because I'm a professor, but if you click on student home, and you click on the right here. So if you're walking a student through this, you can click make an appointment. From here, the first tab where it says what type of appointment would you like to make, you would click on library services. And when you choose what service you would like, it would be study room reservation. So I'm going to leave the date for today and find an available time. From there, it will give me all the options in 30-minute increments throughout the whole library and all of the study rooms. So that's quite a bit of availability open right now because it's summer. But if I clicked on this, I could then read the rules, read details on these study rooms. I could also put, yes, I'm going to meet in person because that's how I'm going to get this study room. You then click schedule and it sends you a confirmation to your email and all of those things. So if students are having trouble with that, you could show them. But also if you go back, this is just if I just want any availability. But if I wanted a specific room, oh, let me see if I can go back. If I want a specific room, this is the default screen it opens up to, but you can click on this 26 people and click there, and then you can choose a specific room. So this room, 231, that's on the second floor, it does have a TV and a DVD player in there. So if students have a priority for that room because they need to watch a film or something, they could click on that room. But all the other rooms, if they had a specific floor they wanted to be on, like on 2M, if they wanted to be on the second floor, if they wanted the capacity of the room to be bigger, like this room right here, 232, which has a capacity for 8, or over here, 294M, which is a capacity for 8. And if they wanted the 4th floor, they can still choose that room and then see all the times for July 15th that are available. I believe they can book 2 things back to back, but if they said, but we need the room for 2 hours or whatever, they can book it for an hour, and then someone else that is with them in that room can book it for the next hour. But it cannot be someone booking out for 2 whole hours, 3 whole hours, 4 whole hours. They would have to at that point move rooms, or they could stay in the room with anyone can use a study room without a reservation, but if they have a reservation, they actually are entitled to the room. If they don't have a reservation, they can be in there, but someone with a reservation can come and boot them out of the room. So sometimes public services does have to help with like the organization of that. If somebody comes and says, hey, I have this book roomed and someone's in there, then we would appear and help out with that situation. So let's go back to library. All right, so that was the book a room study room link, and then we also have the meet with a librarian study link there. No, sorry, meet with a librarian link. If you click on it, it also opens up to navigate. And from navigate, again, I'm going to go to student, view, going to click make an appointment. And you can suggest this to any students or staff. They can click on library services again, but on the second box, instead of clicking study room reservation, you could choose right here, like I need research consultation or general research help. Or perhaps they know their subject that they already need help with and they can come down here and click on that. So they could also choose a specific librarian. Let's just say they were looking for today. And right here at the top, you will see that there are 4 different people. So there's Caleb, there's me, there's Shelby, and there's Tavish. So if I click on myself, I could make an appointment with myself tomorrow. And these are the dates that the times that are available. I think I have, let's see, 45-minute increments. So the different librarians will have different options. Let me go back. Here's Caleb. His times only show up for tomorrow as well. I think that they need to give us enough notice for us to be prepared and ready to meet with them. And he also has 45-minute increments. So they can make an appointment, and then at that point they will also see our email and they can double check like where they're going to meet with us, whether that's at the reference desk or in our office is totally up to the librarian and the student as well. So that is how you book appointments with a librarian and how you could suggest that to any patrons. But yes, that is what, let me see what else I needed to talk about. I think I will cut this video off here. Okay, I'm going to cut the video off here and we'll see you in the next video.